Maryland's Josh Jackson lit up Syracuse last week. Anthony Russo and Temple have their eyes set on number 21 Maryland. It's coming up. College football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot. And what a way to start our college football Saturday. Out of the Big Ten, number 21 Maryland, and out of the American, the Temple Owls. Hi everybody, Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. Having watched what Maryland did to Syracuse last week, Syracuse was number 21 last week, Maryland number 21 this week, and knowing how good Temple is, this should be a real treat.
I hope everyone's ready for the offensive explosion we're going to see today on this football field. Both offenses, 198 points combined in 3 games. You got great receivers, great running backs, and 2 quarterbacks that are playing with a lot of confidence to start the season off right now.
Maryland had 650 yards of total offense last week. Home Depot doing projects smarter. They run it to set up their throwing game.
Well, they have a ton of great running backs. They're very deep. They rotate and they keep them fresh. But McFarland, it starts with him, number 5. His explosion in the hole. And then off of it, what are you going to do? A defensive end sucks up, a tight end sneaks in the flat, and Josh Jackson is confident in this offense right now. He can locate the guys off the play action pass for big plays down the field.
Now, Temple has a reputation of being a blue-collar team, but their weapons, especially on the outside, are really, really good.
Well, it starts with Russo at the quarterback position. Very comfortable in this new system right now. He's finding his guys down the field. Mack, Wright, Blue, all with at least 8 receptions in the first game. They're going to spread you out, find that one-on-one, but it gets back to the quarterback. Can he find that matchup and take advantage of it?
Well, it's just game 2 here for Rod Carey, but it seems that whoever coaches Temple, they've been really good over the last 4 years. Of course, he came from Northern Illinois, where he had a tremendous run. And Mike Locksley was the offensive coordinator for Nick Saban at Alabama the last 3 years. He is a Maryland guy, was an assistant at Maryland before he went to Alabama. And the weather in Philadelphia. It's always sunny in Philadelphia, right? 76 degrees, a little bit of clouds, but perfect conditions. Lincoln Financial Fields, home fields for Temple. And Maryland will touch the ball first. Good crowd expected, especially after last week with Maryland's wipeout of Syracuse. Jacob Lafree will kick it off. The dangerous Javon Leak is deep for Maryland. And this one is out of bounds. Not a great start for Temple. First the offsides, and now a kickoff out of bounds. Penalty. All right. He returns with our Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Josh Jackson had a wonderful day against Syracuse last week.
Well, he's done a great job protecting the football. 7 touchdowns, around 60% completion. He feels very comfortable in this new offense.
1st and 10. First carry, Anthony McFarland busts loose, and McFarland across midfield inside Temple territory to the 45-yard line.
It's a great job. We know they're going to run the football. Temple knows they're going to run the football, so it's going to start with the 5 offense linemen up front, working in unison to create those holes.
15 yards on the pickup. Maryland rushed for 354 yards last week. Shotgun, Jackson, trouble, down he goes. Back at the 49-yard line. Ifan Maije, the junior, got him.
Well, it starts with Zach Mesley up at the top of your screen. Just a blown protection right there. We talk about these guys working together, the offense line for Maryland in the run game. Same goes for the pass game. You leave a defensive end wide open to get a free hit on your quarterback there. Forces him to get up in the pocket for the sack.
Maryland took shots, lots of them, and hit them against Syracuse early last week. Jackson on a draw, and he's swallowed up and may have lost a yard. This should be 3rd down and about 16.
And right here for Josh Jackson, he has to know he's played a lot of football in this situation on the field. 1, don't force the ball down the field. You have the ability to punt a team back and put them within the 10-yard line. So a check down is fine. And if you get about 5 yards away from that first down, your team may go for it to start this game off as well.
Right at midfield. Jackson with time, fires it, caught there. That's Demas. He's short of the first down. Dante Demas Jr. is wrestled out of bounds. Good coverage there by Harrison Hand. and an early decision to make for Mike Locksley.
And I really like the play call right there. You knew you don't have to get it all back on that play. You're thinking in your mind, we have 2 downs to get the first down. Let's get a big chunk here, about 10 yards, put us in a 4th and manageable to go out here and try to get the first down to start this game off.
4th down 4. Jackson, time, short route, and it's intercepted. That's Harrison Hand, and he's out of bounds. And Temple holds, forces a turnover, and has a little momentum to start this game.
Now we talk about Josh Jackson not making mistakes, taking care of the football. Right here, it's cover 2. You got to find out where the corner is. I like what the tight end did right there. He's not going to run to get hit on this little quick 5-yard out. He's going to sit up in the hole between the Sam linebacker and the cornerback. Jackson needs to do a better job recognizing defenses and put it right there. You see right there, Locksley is not happy with the decision.
Yeah, he seconds your emotion on that throw.
Yeah.
And now Temple gets the football. Anthony Russo at the controls. This is a good, explosive offense. Ramon Davis, and he gets a yard. Chick-fil-A starting lineups for the Owls. Anthony Russo, big arm and big success.
Big arm, but sometimes trust that arm a little bit too much. I want to see him continue to progress, take what the defense gives him.
2nd down 9, blitz comes, Russo with time, under pressure, in traffic, caught there, right at the 50, Brandon Mack. That's a 1st down. Strength of Temple's offensive line, the interior, especially their center, Matt Hennessy.
Rod Carey told us one of the best centers he's ever been around. He does a great job locating the mic, making all the declarations for the offensive line, and then plays with great leverage, has the ability to get to the 2nd level with his blocks as well.
The motto for this offense, get the best players the football. And Mack is certainly one of those best players. Little inside shovel toss. Kenny Yeboah, and the tight end rambles inside the 35. Deion Jones brings him down, and a creative call.
Very similar to how they scored last week. You get everyone flowing, you put the back out in motion, linebackers' eyes go that way, safety's eyes go that way, and then a great shovel pass to get this team moving right now on this first drive.
Right at the 29. Russo going up top, and it's caught. Touchdown, Isaiah Wright. 29 yards.
It's a great job, Maryland. They knew they were going to come out and play man-to-man defense. If you want to play man-to-man on Isaiah Wright, good luck. He can do it all. I'd be scared if I was a DB matchup with him one-on-one in the slot. Just an easy inside fade. Great job by Russo, putting touch on it, allowing his receiver to locate the ball in the end zone for the first score of the day.
And that's a throw that he's really been working on. Russo has off-season, fall camp. Will Mobley for the extra point. Remember, Temple did not play last week. They wiped out Bucknell in week 1. And they've had an extra week to prepare for Maryland's. And they come out firing offensively.
It started with an interception. Josh Jackson making a little mistake, forcing the ball in cover 2. Turns into Russo finding his guy one-on-one, man coverage with a little inside fade. 7-0 to start the game.
Temple scores first. Rod Carey, you know, it's been a great 4-year run for Temple, and it doesn't seem to matter who's coaching them. With more on that, here's John Schriffen. Hi, John.
Hey, what's going on? You know, this Temple senior class, they sure have been through a lot. I'm talking 4 different coaches, 3 just in the last year. Take a look at this coaching carousel. It started back in December. Coach Jeff Collins decided to take the head coaching job at Georgia Tech. Then, just a week later, they hired Manny Diaz. Ed Foley served as the interim head coach in the Independence Bowl. And then, Manny Diaz had a change of mind. He decided to take the head coaching job at Miami. They did a search. They found Rod Carey in January. And Coach Carey told us, he admitted, it was a difficult decision leaving Northern Illinois because of what he built there. But after talking to the administration here at Temple and seeing the talent they had on this roster, he said he had to make the move. Guys.
All right, John, thank you. He had a great run at Northern Illinois. An opening week win against Bucknell, a bye week last week, and a touchdown to start things against number 21 Maryland. Jacob Lafree's going to try this one all over again. And Leak watches it go through the end zone. Maryland's first possession. They move the football into Temple territory, but Jackson threw an interception on 4th down. To the air again. Traffic deflected and incomplete. Wow, and Harrison Hand just made another play. Tyler Mabry was the intended receiver.
And right now, Hand just messing with Jackson. Another cover 2 look. If you see a cornerback facing you, throw the out route because he can't turn his hips fast enough to get to the flat. He's just baiting you to throw that 10-yard out route. Great job by Hand, kind of manipulating the quarterback.
Play action, deflected, and incomplete. This is a decidedly different defense than they faced last week against Syracuse. Now, Maryland offensively, there's pressure on the front, especially the youngster, Jalen Duncan at left tackle.
Duncan making his 2nd start, came in last week, started versus Syracuse. Is a big task. Their 2 are going to have a guy chipping to help him out on the defensive end.
2 deflections and 1 interception already for this Temple defense. On 3rd down and 10, Maryland their own 25. Jackson, sideline shot caught there, and that's Darryl Jones, and he is stopped short of the 1st down. Christian Braswell, who's getting the start at corner for the injured Linwood Crump, made the stop.
That's a great way to start this game for him. Wasn't expected maybe to start this week. Comes in, like you said, Rich, with an injured Crump on the outside. Great tackle. Looking like it had a chance to be a 1st down.
That man can change a game in a hurry. That is Isaiah Wright in his career. 3 punts taken for scores, 2 kickoff returns for scores. He was 2nd in the nation last year in return yardage. And they'll try to kick it away from him, end over end. Uh-oh, it hits a Temple player, and it's picked up by Maryland. Antoine Brooks has the recovery, and a big play for Maryland. And a big mistake on special teams.
Isaiah Wright needs to be screaming. Usually a ball like that, you see the returner screaming, Peter, 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 get away. You see him do it. It's too late at that point. You have to make a decision. Am I going to catch this? No, I'm not going to catch it.
Was that the ball was touched by the receiving team and then recovered by the kickers. The ball will be placed at the spot of the recovery. 1st down, Maryland.
If you're not going to catch it as a returner, you need to let your buddies around you know, get away, get away, get away. He did it a little bit too late there. Gives Maryland opportunity in the red zone right now.
And Carey is not lecturing Freddie Johnson. That was the player that the ball deflected off of. He's lecturing Isaiah Wright, just as you pointed out. And new life here for Maryland. Great field position inside the 20. Jackson and company. McFarland racing inside the 10, diving inside the 5, and a 1st and goal now. Sean Bradley made the stop.
Great job by the right side of the offensive line. Number 72, 75, big guys getting up to the 2nd level. Big old gap from Mr. McFarland to get inside the 5.
That's a 15-yard carry. McFarland still in the backfield. Jackson going to throw it up and incomplete. Good coverage there. Dante Demas, the intended receiver.
I tell you what, this RPO offense, it's pretty much what it is. It's triple option. It's either you hand it off to the dive, you have the quarterback has the ability to run, or there's situations where then you can scramble and throw it and find a guy. Right now we're seeing Temple defense. They're going to play tight man-to-man coverage and force Jackson to be accurate if they're going to throw the football.
2nd down goal. Jackson still has it, looking, and he's not going to get to the edge. Quincy Roche wrestled him out of bounds. They'll mark it just outside the 1, actually right at the 2-yard line.
And Temple did their studying this week. That's the same exact play we showed to start the show off of Maryland trying to sneak a tight end in the flat off the play action. Great job by Temple staying home at the cornerback position in order to get us to a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Now McFarland is a very good inside runner. Surprised that he hasn't touched the ball the last 2 plays. Let's see if they give it to him here. They do, and McFarland dives. I don't think he's in. He's not. Just shy. And another big decision here for Mike Locksley. 4th and inches. 4th and goal, just outside the goal line.
I think you got to go for this one. You got a big back in McFarland. Very strong, very powerful. You trust your offensive line. I like the decision right here as a quarterback. Make sure no crazy snap count. Get up, hike the football, let those guys drive off on the defensive line.
McFarland, the only back. Jackson gives it to him. He's in and stopped. Goodness. Efi Maije and Chappelle Russell with the hits.
Chappelle Russell, number 3, one of the single-digit linebackers coming up, making the big stop on 4th down.
Coaching tree for Maryland and Temple. And yeah, the Bear in 1945, and you go all the way back to Glenn Pop Warner. All those coaches, I'm sure, would be having this conversation. That's Josh Jackson, Maryland quarterback, talking with Mike Locksley. Aaron, what'd you see?
It's a great job by the linebacker. I want to see right there, Mr. Chappelle, number 3, doing a great job analyzing what's going on offense. He knew it was going to be a downhill run, does a great job getting around the blocks and making the big 4th down stop.
And now Temple backed up in their end zone. Anthony Russo rolls, pressure comes, fires it a little early. And that one out of the cut for Brandon Mack is incomplete. We haven't talked Maryland's defense yet. They have playmakers, especially Keandre Jones, the senior.
Had a big week last week for Syracuse. 2 sacks, had a forced fumble, 3.5 sacks on the year. Talking with this Temple offense, they know where he's at. They're going to make sure they don't leave him on an island one-on-one with any tackles.
2nd and 10. This is Jager Gardner. Just looking for breathing room, and he gets out to the 4. It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and about 8.
And Russo needs to know in this situation, you want the 1st down to be able to get going. Anytime you're backed up, goal number 1, get out of your own end zone. Goal number 2, get a 1st down. But if you're not going to get it, take a check down. Give your punter some more breathing room to execute what his job needs to be.
Tough to tell. I mean, you look at the 3rd down conversions. They were playing Bucknell, won it 56-12. So the first game for Temple, hard to get anything off of film and the numbers. And Russo is going to scramble out to the 8-yard line. A nice stop by the Maryland defense, and that'll force a Temple punt out of their end zone. Oluwaseun Oluwatimi made the stop along with Isaiah Davis.
And that's why for Maryland, you did not feel bad about going for it on your 4th down in inches the last possession, because you feel confident in your defense that, hey, if we don't get this, we're going to have an opportunity to get the ball inside the 50-yard line to go out there and try to score once again.
Adam Berry standing in his end zone. You saw DJ Turner. He is a dangerous return man for Maryland. Had a touchdown in their opening week, and the snap gets through the end zone, and that's a safety. Boy, the special teams for Temple have been miserable, from the opening kick to muffing the punt, and now a bad snap. Cole Lurch is the long snapper. 7-2 start. Temple on top of Maryland. 7-2 Temple. Last year was an awful year for this Maryland program. In May, 19-year-old Jordan McNair collapsed at an off-season workout and died 2 weeks later. Maryland then suspended head coach DJ Durkin and later fired him in October. Since then, the university has implemented dozens of changes in the training staff, the athletic department, and of course in December they hired that man who was an assistant coach at Maryland, Mike Locksley. And with more on that, here's John Schriffen. John?
Well, he was an assistant back in 2015 and played an integral role in actually recruiting Jordan McNair. So when he was an assistant at Alabama and heard about McNair passing away, he immediately decided to call McNair's father and offer his condolences. Also offer him support, because less than a year earlier than that, Locksley's son was shot and killed at the age of 25. Now, the two formed a very unique bond, staying in touch. And then when Mike Locksley was announced as the head coach, he and McNair's father grew even closer. To this day, they hang out, and guys, they even smoke cigars together.
All right, thank you, John. Well, we've seen a little bit of everything to start this football game. Temple on a free kick here after the safety on a low snap that bounced by the punter, Adam Berry. Javon Leake and Jake Funk are back right around their 20-yard line. Jacob Lefree. And this is the dangerous Javon Leak to the 30. Leak has a seam and a nice return across the 40. Great field position on all 3 drives for Maryland so far. We haven't introduced the Temple defense, and we should, because the front 7 is really good, and we've already seen Ifeanyi Maije make some big plays.
One of the quickest off the ball I've seen on film. You turn it on and 88 just flashes. He does a great job. We talk so much about the linebackers for Temple, but the defensive line, the front 4, allow those guys on the second level to roam freely.
Javon Leak is in the backfield. Maryland will play 5 running backs, and they're all good. Jackson rolling, bobbled, out of bounds, and no catch. Chig Okonkwo couldn't haul it down, and it's an incompletion.
And that's what we talk about, accuracy with the quarterback. It's not just enough to find the open receiver and throw the football. It's all about where you put it location-wise so they can make an easy catch and then transition.
That was Harrison Hand on the coverage. He's already made 2 big plays, a deflection and an interception. And that is Javon Leak. And Leak is into Temple territory and bounced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
And great job, Carlos Carrier, you see on the receiver right there. Not a crackback block. Great job getting to the safety, taking his cornerback with him. And then Leak, 0 to 60 in a flash. Coaches love his speed down the field.
Mike Locksley said he's got a pitch count for his running backs. We've seen McFarland, we've seen Leak, we'll see Jake Funk. Tayon Fleet Davis is in there right now as well. And then you've got Lorenzo Harrison. That's Davis in motion. And McFarland on the carry, and he's dragged down from behind. That had big play written all over it. Arnold Ibakady made the stop.
We're seeing right now with the Maryland, it's almost like eye candy. You're sending the guy in motion. The linebackers are having to shift. They're having to communicate. And then, hey, not so fast. We're going to run it the other direction. So Temple needs to slow down with their shifts to make sure they don't get out of place.
Fleet Davis in motion again. McFarland straight up the guts. That's tough going against Temple. They are good in the middle, especially with Sean Bradley, Chappelle Russell, and Sam Franklin, their linebackers. Chris Banks made that stop, and it's 3rd down again for Maryland.
Watch out for Mabry in the slot. Big tight end. Loves him in these situations.
Jackson in trouble and goes down. Temple gets to him again. And this will be 4th down and about 5.
Don't like the play call right here. You get up, you're facing a team that likes to play a lot of 2 high safeties. They're going to play cover 2, cover 4. And what you see on the outside are slant flat routes. Slant flat is good for single high coverage where you can throw off the either outside linebacker or safety. Not loving the play call right there. You should anticipate more of a 2 high and have kind of out routes or something up the middle.
Joseph Petrino has yet to attempt a field goal this year. You saw the numbers last year, good, 12 of 14. This from 42 yards. And he hooked it. Goodness, Maryland turned away on the doorstep. They get their 2 points on a bad snap on a punt, and they miss a field goal. And right now at home, Temple leads the number 21 Terrapins. Ramon Davis in the backfield. Anthony Russo sets up, looks deep, throws short, and it's just out of the reach of David Martin Robinson, his big tight end, the redshirt freshman.
Great job by the offensive line right there all day to throw the football. I like the anticipation by Russo. Just missed his guy going across the middle right there. But the offensive line can hold up like that versus this Maryland defensive line. Russo has the guys on the back end to make some plays.
5 of 8, 61 yards, and a touchdown. He'll throw again. Blitz comes, has the time, deep shot, and over the head of Brandon Mack.
And Rich, what he told us yesterday, that is the '1 pass that he worked on this offseason, the go ball. And giving his guys an opportunity to make a play down the field. You have a receiver in Brandon Mack who's 6'5", 6'6". I went on the field, I'm looking up at this guy like, holy smokes. This is a tall dude as a receiver. Give him an opportunity to go up there and make a play. No one can catch the ball if the ball lands out of bounds.
It's always good when the head coach, offensive coordinator, and the quarterback agree on his best route and best throw, and that's the four verts, the four vertical that you talked about. Little swing pass there. Isaiah Wright in space, but that space evaporates, and so does Wright. Nice job by Chance Campbell, middle linebacker, and Oluwaseun Oluwatimi.
You see this Maryland defense right now settling in a little bit. First series gave up the touchdown. After that, they've calmed down, keeping things in front of them, and they're winning their one-on-one matchups at the cornerback position.
Now,
all eyes on the snapper right now.
That's where I was headed.
All eyes on this snapper.
Cole Lurch bounced one that got by Adam Berry, and it cost Temple 2 points. Oh, that was a little high, but he got it. And DJ Turner calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 27-yard line. Now Maryland at their own 27. Josh Jackson pulls it, throws it, got a man. That's Okonkwo who makes the catch. Helmet flies out. It's not Okonkwo's, and that's a first down. It's about a 13-yard.
Number 32 for Temple has to go out for one play because his helmet came off.
That's about a 13-yard pickup. Benny Walls, the free safety, has to go out for a play. Mike Locksley, 3 years as the offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach at Alabama, 4-year assistant at Maryland.
That is the end of the first quarter.
A quarter in the books, and a weird and wild one indeed. 7-2, Temple on top. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Home Depot. The Terps are number 21. They're on the road at Temple. First 5 possessions, Aaron Murray.
Not great. I mean, they're getting into this football game. It is a noon game. Sometimes it can get a little sloppy. Guys are still waking up, getting the body going. They've made some plays, though, in the pass game, in the run game. Now you just got to make a complete series out of it and get some more points on the board.
Maryland football, Anthony McFarland in the backfield with Jackson at Maryland's 44-yard line. Jackson pulls it, fires it behind Dante Demas. Aaron Murray, what do you see with this quarterback?
Right now, not what I saw in film. A little bit uncomfortable, a little bit with the inaccuracy early on, and it doesn't help when you're getting knocked in the face like that. The previous pass on the previous possession, 2 guys at his leg. So right now, the offensive line needs to step up, give their guy a little bit more time in the pocket, and see if he can get a little bit more comfortable.
McFarland, and he's blasted. Sam Franklin. Now, most combined yards entering this matchup, Maryland at Temple. And of course, Maryland with their wipeout win of number 21 Syracuse and a 79-0 start against Howard. Now faced with 3rd down and 10. Jackson, that's deflected and incomplete. Look, it looks like obviously Temple's defense is better than Syracuse's. What's the difference in schemes of the defense? Because Syracuse gave up almost 650 yards.
Well, Temple's, I don't think schematics or anything. I mean, defensively for Temple, they're going to keep it very simple. But what they do, they play it very fast. And they have talent. They're long, lanky athletes that get after at the line of scrimmage. We've seen them get after the quarterback. And those trio of linebackers have been everywhere in the pass game, in the run game. And let's not forget, Maryland starts off with the run. If they can't run the football, it really affects everything else they want to do.
Colton Spangler will kick it. Isaiah Wright is deep. Fair catch called for. And it's into the end zone. And part of the mystery, Temple's offense different than last year. Gardner to the 40. Rod Carey told us he kept some things in the playbook, but this offense has changed a lot from the last couple of seasons under Jeff Collins.
Well, they do a great job of understanding what's our strength. Our strength is our receivers, so that's why you see so many more formations of 3 receivers, 4 receivers, spread teams out from sideline to sideline.
Remember, they told us they wanted to get Isaiah Wright about 15 touches. They've thrown to him. We haven't seen him in the backfield yet. This is Gardner, and Gardner to midfield. That's a first down and a big pickup for the senior out of Black Mountain, North Carolina. Antoine Brooks made the stop.
Great job by the offensive line here. Number 74, Adam Klein. Continue to drive his legs to open the hole up.
Jager Gardner. And that's another nice pickup. That's 10 yards. And when we came in, we saw huge tailgate parties. And Anthony Russo told us his family and a group of about 50 or 60 were going to start at about 7 a.m. this morning.
That's Philly fans. I don't know why you should not seem shocked. This town loves their sports teams. They love their football. Eagles are playing well. Temple's playing well. Their son Russo's playing well. So a lot of excitement right now around the city.
Mom in the middle, dad on the aisle, and Temple on the move. 7:20 left in this first half. Ramon Davis in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the Maryland 40. Yeboah in motion, and they'll throw it to him, and the big fella's got room to the 30, 25, and he dives inside to the 23-yard line. Kenny Yeboah has been out for about a month with a hamstring, missing fall camp and their opener 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's it. This is what happens when you run the football. All of a sudden, Maryland gets into a bare front defense. The defensive line and linebackers are saying, we're not going to let you run the football. Man to man, you sneak a tight end out on the flat for a completion.
Now Wright's in the backfield, and Russo goes to the air, looking for Wright, and it's just over his head and incomplete. Antoine Brooks on the coverage.
And once again, the pass that he needed to work on the most, the one out on the outside, and let's see where this ball lands. Out of bounds, you got to keep it inbounds. You even want you see the family getting a little excited over here. They thought it was about to be touchdown number 2. You want your receiver to curl in almost to catch that football. You don't want them drifting out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Gardner spinning. He's inside the 20, around the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Chance Campbell, Shaq Smith, the stop for Maryland. Rod Carey in his first year at Temple. 3rd down 6. Russo with time. Little crossing route to Brandon Mack, who's upended. Terrific play by Chance Campbell, the middle linebacker out of Towson, Maryland.
Good job by Maryland. You think it's man. All of a sudden you see that safety go back. No, not so fast. We're going to play a little too high. Expected man coverage. That's when those crossing routes work. Not so much when zone, when the linebackers are seeing everything in front of them. Great job by Chance Campbell coming up to make the tackle. Special teams been the focal point of this game. Missed field goals, fake field goals, kickoffs out of bounds, safeties on punts. Let's see if we can clean it up a little bit.
Will Mobley, 34 yards, and he misses it. Goodness. As you were saying, Aaron Murray.
Listen, the special teams need to sit down and get together. Kickoffs, missed field goals. Been a little bit of a sloppy first half.
Little Philly cheesesteak action, 7-2. This Temple defense been very good today.
Well, the linebackers have been all over the place. The defensive line's done a tremendous job making Jacksonville uncomfortable in the pocket, disguising coverages, big 4th down stops. They've done a little bit of everything today, doing a great job against an offense that's averaging right around 70, 71 points a game, only 2 points so far today. Great job for this defense.
Now let's see if Maryland can move the football. Jackson in a shotgun from his 20. McFarland. And again, between the tackles, it's tough going. Front 4's good, and the back 3 are terrific.
If you want to win football on defense, you need 4 guys up front that can dominate the way Temple's dominating right now, and then be able to play too high to stop the pass on the back end. The offense line, you look at this front right now, the offense line should be dominating based on numbers. They're just not getting it done.
Second down 9. This time a little bit of daylight. It's closed off by Aaron Monroe, a graduate senior. His brother was a terrific player at Maryland, Andre. But it's third down. No one has converted a third down.
This is the one right here, Rich. We got to get at least one third down conversion before this half ends in 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
They're down 3. Jackson hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Zach Mesday in his face.
Mesday, and he find up the middle once again. You got pressure from the outside, number 10, and then 88. Quarterback can't even finish his throw. You see the arm right there. There's nothing you can do. And that's a quick pass. This isn't a 5-step drop where you're throwing dagger routes or post routes. This is the receiver stopping about 5-6 yards past the sticks, and the quarterback still can't get the ball out of his hands.
He's going to aim for the corner. Oh. Right.
That's a confident football player right
Makes
there.
the catch above his helmet with 6 seconds left.
You can just tell when guys are athletes.
But when they make catches like that?
It's like we played LSU my senior year, and there's a kickoff. And Odell Beckham caught it with one hand in the back of the end zone on a kickoff. Ball's going to end over end. He just sticks his big old paw up there and snags it. I'm like, okay, that kid's legit. You know, he's a good athlete. Right there, number 2, Mr. Wright. He's a great athlete. Get the ball in his hands as much as you can here in the second half.
Russo takes a knee. This is a wild first half. Lots of mistakes.
That is the end of the first half.
Temple's going to get the football to start the second half, and they lead number 21 Maryland 7-2. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot. Halftime coming to a close in Philadelphia. Temple a 7-2 lead over number 21 Maryland. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. Okay, how smart are we? We spent the entire start of the telecast telling you what great weapons both these teams had offensively, and it was the defenses that shined.
It's been a little bit sloppy on offense, missed throws, some of the turnovers, but defense, give credit to these guys on defense. Both teams flying around right now.
Okay, the highlights, and obviously we're starting with defense, and we're starting with Temple's defense.
They've done a great job mixing their coverage up a little bit, playing sound defense, but most importantly, the defensive line has dominated this football game in the run game, in the pass game. Jackson looks very uncomfortable. Then the tip balls, you can't get to the quarterback. Show that those Rich Waltz heights up, get in the air and knock it down. The stats, though, third down, only 2 third down conversions, and in the red zone, 0 for 3 for both teams right now in the red zone. Josh Jackson only 9 of 25. He needs to be a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. They need to do a better job protecting him. Maybe some easy throws to get him going in this game.
That's our Stack Stats brought to you by Pringles. Temple going to get the football to start this second half. They try to kick away from Isaiah Wright. Back across the field goes Wright. Ooh, and he's cut down on a good open field tackle at the 12-yard line. And let's check in with John Schriffen. John?
Had a chance to talk to both head coaches at the half. First, let's start with Temple's Rod Carey. He said, other than the defense, we've been our own worst enemy. We've got to stop the penalties. As far as the safety, he said that was a case of the nerves. The long snapper just a little nervous. We calmed him down. As for Maryland, Mike Locksley told me, we needed this. We needed a tough game, and that's what we've got. He said offensively, going to change some things to protect his quarterback a little better. But he said Josh Jackson has to do a better job of making decisions, getting rid of the ball, and not putting us in long third down conversion attempts.
All right, thank you, John. You can see the possession clock just about even. Yardage is even. Temple's first touch on the ground, Ramon Davis. And he's out to the 14-yard line. Combined yards, Maryland and Temple. And first half points, that's the yardage combined coming into the game. And just 9 points. And of course, 2 of those came on a safety from a bad snap on a punt. Maryland did have a 4th and goal from inches. You saw it in the highlight package, turned away. Russo running out of time and real estate. And he is sacked back at the 8-yard line. First sack for Maryland. Brett Kolka, the senior.
Yeah, it's a great job on the back end right here. Offensive line held up, but you just can't hold up for 4 or 5 seconds like that. You see Maryland only rushing for it, dropping 7 in coverage, eating those talented receivers up, and then a great job continuing to get after it from number 96, Brett Kolka.
Temple has yet to convert a third down. They're 0 of 7. Russo from his end zone. Got his man. There's a conversion and a big gain. Jaden Blue spinning after the catch. There's a flag down.
Sideline interference on the Maryland bench. Contact with the official. 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the play. First down.
Wow. Let's take a look at the throw first.
I was nervous. He let go of this football, and I was like, oh, don't do it, don't do it. You see a bunch of Maryland defenders, but that's a rocket of an arm. Rocket, he is a gunslinger. That's his mentality. Sometimes it gets him in trouble, but right there, he did a great job just getting enough a 2-ball over the linebacker's arms for the completion.
That's going to turn into a 44-yard play after the penalty. Little center screen, and that goes nowhere. Ramon Davis and Kenny Yeboah were both in the middle there.
It's a heck of a third down conversion to get your first third down conversion of the game. Bring out the big arm, bring out Russo, and see if he can feel a little bit better in the second half right now. Calm down a little bit. I think he's a great quarterback, especially when he can get his feet set in the pocket. He's going to be accurate.
His touchdown was a deep throw. Isaiah Wright, a 29-yard touchdown catch. And Gardner, this means another long third down for Temple. You surprised he hasn't taken more deep shots?
No, I am not surprised, because obviously we started the game off with the big one as an inside fade. But the outside fades just seem to give him some trouble right now. The guys, if you're one-on-one the outside, he's just throwing a little bit too far. Needs to keep it up more at the red line.
Russo, there's that seam. Jaden Blue was the intended receiver, but it's over his head.
That's his throw. That's his throw. The coaching staff, you said it earlier, Rich, that's the throw that he feels most comfortable about. 4 verticals. You had all 4 guys versus single high, and you throw away from the high safety. High safety goes left, you're going to throw it right, and just a little bit too high.
He'd like to have that one back again, obviously.
He knows it's like a hitter. You know, you get the fastball down the middle of the plate. It's what you've been waiting for. He's been waiting for 4 verts for single high to take advantage of it, and he just missed it.
Adam Berry to punt. Fair catch called for and made there by DJ Turner, and now Maryland's offense will get their first possession when we return to Philadelphia with Temple up 7-2. Look at this. The last time an NCAA football game had a 7-2 halftime score was a while ago, back in 2005, North Carolina and Virginia. And here, Maryland has managed just the 2 points, and it was on a safety, on a bad snap on a punt. Josh Jackson is blown up again. Sean Bradley, the fine middle linebacker, is there to greet him.
These middle linebackers have been all over the place today. Great job not getting faked out. A lot's going in his face right now. You got a back coming out of the backfield, another back going to the right. He stays home. We talked to him yesterday, and he is an absolute stud in the middle of the field for this defense.
Tayon Fleet Davis and Anthony McFarland in the backfield. Now it's 2nd down and 15. Over the middle, this is a DJ Turner catch, and DJ Turner fights his way for a first down. He's all the way out to the 28-yard line. The senior, another DeMatha product.
And still, you see the pressure right in the face, but great job stepping into it. Just a little RPO with an inside slant, inside linebacker blitz, or number 4 blitzes. You rip it, it's one-on-one with a safety.
Jackson just 10 of 26 now. Been unable to really get it in the hands of the playmakers on the outside. This is McFarland, a playmaker on the inside, and he breaks about 3 tackles, and that's going to be 9 rugged yards. Last 4 possessions.
A lot of punts right there. A lot of punts. And short possession time, too. I mean, the longest possession, 1 minute and 41. They're not staying on the field. They're not giving their defense an opportunity to get a breather on that side of the football either.
What a contrast to last week, the 63-20 win over number 21 Syracuse. Maryland took the win and took the number 21 ranking. They are number 21 this week. But on the ropes, on the road in the American to Temple in traffic. That one went right through the hands of Carlos Carrier. And from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 1.
He's telling his coach, my bad, my bad. I know I need to put that on the front plate of my receiver on a slant. It's tough for a guy to run a key route, which is a one-step slant, then have to adjust back to the football.
Please reset the game clock to 11:05. 11:05.
How could Maryland look so good offensively last week? And this week,
I think it's the Temple defense. I do. I really. This is a very good defense, and they're stout up front with these front seven. Right now, this front seven is just ready to go, ready to tee off.
3 sacks, 5 tipped balls. McFarland's got the first down and got some room to the 40, the 30, and he's out of bounds. Anthony McFarland Jr., big play needed and delivered.
Okay, go.
That's a great job by the offensive line, knocking everyone run play zone to the right. Everyone crashes down, and then great vision by McFarland, not just sticking his nose in there, feeling the empty space to the left, and getting the huge 3rd down conversion.
McFarland straight ahead. When you go straight ahead, you usually run into Sean Bradley.
This is big for Maryland. 0 for 2 in the first half once they got inside the red zone. Things condense. It gets tougher to score, but
Tyrell Pigram is in the game. Josh Jackson has come off the field. There's Pigram, the junior. He had some bright moments last year, especially that Ohio State game, in which Maryland lost in overtime. He played well in that game. So Pigram at the controls, and a quarterback draw. He's hit from behind by Zach Mesday and brought down at the 11. 3rd down and about 8. There's Pigram, Birmingham products. He's a junior. Jackson's back in. Look at the drive, 75 yards. This is the 10th play coming, and a big one here. 3rd down, 8, just outside the 10. Josh Jackson has time, now in trouble. Flushed, throwing, caught at the 7, and fighting is Carrier. He's right near the sticks, but just shy of the 1st down.
it's a great job by Carey, who started all the way in the left side. He had a drag route, stayed alive, stayed friendly for his quarterback.
And a hurry-up offense going to go for it on 4th down and 1. Quick snap. This is McFarland, and he's in. Maryland, touchdown.
Great job by number 55, Austin Fontaine, now in at right guard for Terrence Davis. Does a tremendous job getting up to the 2nd level, and then McFarland doing the rest to take the lead, 8-7.
You see the expression on Mike Locksley's face.
He's like, thank goodness, finally. I don't think they were thinking 8 minutes and 22 seconds into the 3rd quarter left, they'd be scoring the first touchdown.
Paul Inzarello is in for the extra point, and he sneaks that around the bar. And Maryland in the end zone, up 9-7.
Yeah, it's a great drive. They finally got back to the run game a little bit. McFarland finishing off to get their first lead of the game.
Locksley's offense in the end zone, 11 plays, 86 yards. Temple's defense has been fabulous. Maryland's defense has had some great moments as well. Inzarello getting ready to kick it off. Trayvon Williams, Isaiah Wright deep. Maryland has kept Isaiah Wright under wraps so far. This is Wright. Spins and is swallowed up right at the 21-yard line. Russo down the sideline, battle for it, it's caught there. Jaden Blue cuts back. He's 20, he's 10, he's touchdown Temple. There's your deep ball. The Russo family going wild. 79 yards.
I love it. And look at the receiver at the top. You see him curl back in. That's what we were talking about earlier. You don't want him to fade out of bounds. You want him to actually curl back in to catch the football. Great job, great throw.
So I guess they did get the offense going on one big throw.
Look at the Russo family, all excited. I love that.
Maryland held the lead for about 15 seconds on the game clock. And Temple, with a 13-9 score, up by 4, going to go for 2. Davis, the lone setback. Russo, rolling right, looking end zone, floats it. It's deflected and incomplete. So a touchdown, but no conversion. Jose Barbone, the intended receiver.
Russo with the big answer. Great ball, lead his receiver down the field, make a guy fall. Get in there, Mr. Blue, for the touchdown. Get the Russo family nice and juice in the end zone. Gotta love the family support. Temple takes the lead.
And back to work is the Terrapin offense. Josh Jackson still there at quarterback. McFarland runs into Sean Bradley. 2 number 5s who are so important to both teams. McFarland for Maryland and Bradley for Temple. Anthony Russo on the phone right now. Gain of 1. 2nd down. McFarland's, and guess who got there again? Bradley, but he had help.
That's a great job on the outside. You see all the linebackers are so downhill. The safeties are downhill. They're selling out for the run right now. No trust that Josh Jackson is going to beat you over the top. This offense is going to have to start taking some shots eventually to keep this defense honest and then reopen the run game in the 4th quarter.
3rd down 8. Jake Funk, good receiver out of the backfield. Jackson to the sideline, and it's caught there. Dante Demas with the catch, and he's out of bounds at the 44. That's a 1st down.
And Harrison Hand thought he was going to have his 2nd interception of the night. Baits the quarterback. Acts like he's going to come up, retreats a little bit, and right over his hands. That's a scary one. That's one you're going to coach on the sideline holding your breath like, oh, okay, good throw, good throw, good throw. Great job throwing the needle in there for the 1st down.
Ball to 45. Jackson middle, sliding catch. Brian Cobbs, the sophomore.
And these are some of the shots we just talked about. Give your offense an opportunity to start throwing the football down the field. Great throw. Maybe a little bit higher up, lets his receiver keep running, but great job. And now this should open up the run game a little bit.
First catch for Cobbs today. 1st and 10. Temple 33. Javon Leak. And he gets to the 32. That's a gain of about a yard. Chappelle Russell to stop.
I think the biggest thing right now, we're seeing the offensive line is playing better, giving Josh Jackson time in the pocket. We did not see this in the 1st half. He was under duress for the majority of that half.
Leak up the sideline. And Javon Leak has a 1st down. He's knocked out of bounds. Temple's rolling now. Benny Walls, Harrison Hand, the stop.
And a great block by Jake Funk. I think you heard it if you're listening to this game. A complete boom on the linebacker as a lead blocker, number 34. Great job to spring his back.
That's a 15-yard pickup. Maryland's thick with running back talent, and it's starting to show here in the later stages of this ball game. Mabry in motion. Jackson pulls it. Little throw, and that's Mabry, the touchdown. Well designed, well executed, and Maryland scores. And some emotions in the end zone. No flags yet. And both teams would be well served if they get to their sidelines. Mabry, the graduate transfer from Buffalo, who had a big week against Syracuse. That one is no good. And the tough day on special teams and the emotions continue. And there's flags, 2 of them that just came down.
That's the first unsportsmanlike conduct on number 41 for Maryland and number 21 for Temple.
And that's Mike Shinsky, who's in the middle of it with some Temple players, and Freddie Johnson for Temple, and those are the 2 players that drew the flags. Remember what Mike Locksley told us yesterday? One of the reasons he was able to get him to transfer here was to show him some Alabama game film and what Irv Smith did down there as a tight end.
Well, Irv Smith last season, 44 receptions, 7 touchdowns for Alabama. I think that'd get any tight end excited about coming and playing this offense.
See, that could be you. We'll run those same plays for you.
3 touchdowns in 3 games. That's pretty good for a tight end.
That's Isaiah Wright. Flag down behind the play. Wright reverses course. It gets out to the 25-yard line. All right, let's check in with John Schriffen. John?
Well, guys, as things are starting to get chippy, Maryland head coach Mike Locksley is not happy with the way his guys are responding to it. He immediately came over to the bench for the offensive side and got into every player's face and said, "That ain't us. Cut it out. That's not what we do here. No more talking with those guys on the other side, guys."
All right, thank you, John.
Well, Schriff, it's frustrating. I mean, you go from beating teams down and just whooping them up and down the field, and all of a sudden you're in a ball game right now. 15-13, these guys need to get their composure together.
1st and 10. Little misdirection there. Davis cuts back against the grain and has about 4 yards. Isaiah Davis, another good linebacker for Maryland, made the stop.
Oh, nice little cut right there. Great job, great blocking on the outside.
2nd down, 6. Russo to the air, seam route, caught there. That's Blue again. He had the big touchdown, and that's a 1st down.
And once again, the 3 verticals with a shallow coming from the ex-receiver, but great job by the Mr. Blue, just throttling a little bit, anticipating a single high safety, understanding I'm going to catch this ball, most likely get hit, not running through it, but catching it, protecting it, and going down with a big catch.
Number 21 Maryland back on top. 1 quarter left in Philly. It's 15-13 on CBS Sports Network. Physical ball game into the 3rd in Philly. Our Chick-fil-A game summary, 15-13. Number 21 Maryland on top of Temple. Aaron Murray, what do you see on the board?
I think the biggest thing right now has been those turnovers. Temple was moving the football these past 2 drives in the 3rd quarter. Interception on the 1, and the next one, a big run, turns into a fumble recovery by Maryland.
Go, go, go.
Davis to the 37. It's a 3-yard pickup. .120 yards on the ground so far for Temple. And it's kind of split between Davis and Gardner. Davis has got 71 yards. Gardner's got 64. Davis still in the game. Carries it, has the 1st down and breaks loose. And lands right at the 48-yard line. Yinde Ely made this stop for Maryland.
76 coming around from the right guard, does a great job getting the linebacker. 44 Campbell, great job on the block. You love when offensive lineman pulls around a guard and doesn't get side to side, but gets vertical through the hole, almost like he's the running back leading it up the way.
It was Vincent Picozzi, blitz on, and Russo's going to throw it away. Chance Campbell put the pressure on. There is a flag down, but not in the backfield. It's at the line of scrimmage.
There is no foul for an eligible receiver downfield. The quarterback was able to throw the ball away. Second down.
So second down and 10.
You know, we haven't talked about much so far in the second half. Good job throwing away right there by Russo. But Isaiah Wright, number 2, and they want to get him the ball between anywhere from 15 to 25 touches this game. That includes special teams. We haven't seen him much in the backfield.
There he is, making the catch. Now remember, he had the 29-yard touchdown catch. That was a deep pattern.
That was first quarter, though. Since then, it hasn't been much. So that's a good way to get him the ball right there. Get him in the slot, throw him a quick screen pass or a little swing pass. But we've seen him in games past as a running back as well, finding ways, just any way to get him the ball in space.
Temple moving, so they run into a third down here. Just 1 of 9 on third down.
You're man-to-man from this Maryland defense right now. Pick your matchup.
Little lead option there, and on the pitch, Davis has got the first down. Haven't seen that look all day.
It's a great job. One-on-one, man-to-man defense, light box, left tackle. Isaac Moore gets up to the will linebacker, then it's playing basketball right there. You're the point guard, you got your forward out to the left of you. Give him a little shimmy, pitch it out there for the first down.
Doing a lot of this on the ground. Gardner straight ahead, inside the 35. Antoine Brooks made the stop for Maryland. And Temple's kind of grinding it out right now.
It's a nice drive. You're giving your defense right now a breather as well. Slow, methodical, you're converting your third downs, getting into third and manageable situations.
Second down, 13. Another run and another hole. Gardner trying to hold on to the football, close to the first down. It's a 12-yard pickup to the 28-yard line.
Look at the box right now. Only 5 guys in the box. Yeah, you're just asking, you're just begging this team, this Temple offense, to run the football. 2 high safeties about 20 yards down the field. Great job checking the play, get to a run, get this to a third and manageable.
Gardner straight ahead, surges forward, should have the first down. Campbell made the stop for Maryland.
Matt Hennessy, number 58, the center. We talked about him in the open. He's going to have to step up in big moments against his defensive lines. Done a great job, and a great job right there, one-on-one with the nose tackle to push forward.
We can get a first down at the 2. Russo, oof. Contact, blew the intended receiver, and he is down.
Maryland is prepared all week for that play. It's just a simple rollout, smash route. Temple ran it probably about 3 or 4 times last week, usually in a hurry-up mode. And that's that gunslinger mentality right there from Russo. He has to stand down 15-13 right now. You want to take chances, but calculated chances. Don't try to force it, because you have an opportunity with a field goal to make this a 16-15 game.
Third down, 20. Russo's throw in the flats, caught there by Wright, and he can escape. Outstanding play by Deion Jones, the sophomore.
And that's a scary play right there if you're Deion Jones on the outside. It's cover 0. That's it. Check the play. They said, hey, if you're going to play cover 0, we're going to go one-on-one. You miss that tackle, there's a good chance at 7 points on the board.
And we were off on the down. We had it as a third down play. That was a second down play. This is third down and 14. Russo lobs it up, flags are down. Again, and again, Mack is pointing and saying, hey, it's Ellis again. This guy won't leave me alone.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 7. Half the distance to the goal, that penalty carries an automatic first down.
I mean, if I'm Temple right now, I'm going to keep putting Mac one-on-one with Ellis. Let's just throw it up and see what happens. Maybe we'll work our way to a touchdown eventually. He's pretty much hugging him.
Well, it worked out for him last time. Remember, after the interference, a holding call moved it way back, so he didn't want to give up the score. But now it's a first down inside the 10. Gardner. That is hard yardage to the 7. Brett Kulka made the stop.
And once again for Russo right now, smart football. If it's not there, throw it out of bounds, throw it through the end zone. Windows are tight in the red zone, but just be smart with it.
Russo stopping, throwing across, wide open, one-handed, Yeboah, touchdown Temple. The Russo family and the Temple Owls fired up. Love the call by Mike Locksley, the offensive coordinator.
Great job. Yeboah's going to be on the right side of your screen. You've run a couple rollouts to the right on this drive. So what does the defense do? They sell out. Everyone goes to the right. Yeboah acts like he's blocking back and then sneaks out the backside wide open. Rich, you and I thought for a quick second Russo overthrew him. Great job by the tight end.
Extra point. Up and good. 14 plays, 76 yards, almost 6 minutes.
That's a great drive by this Temple offense. Russo throwing it up, almost overthrew his tight end, but great job catching it. Russo loves it, he's feeling juiced. Oh, the family's feeling it too up there, I love it. Temple with the lead.
That is Yeboah. He had a hamstring issue. Obviously not looking at that. Strong kick through the end zone. From the 25 now, Maryland trying to answer. Jackson looked one way, threw the other, and it went right through the hands of Tyler Mabry, who hauled in the touchdown throw. Benny Walls on the coverage. Mike Locksley last week blew the doors off of number 21 Syracuse. Got the win, 63-20, and got that number 21 ranking. First time in a long time that Maryland's been in that top 25. McFarland in the backfield. Play action. Jackson hit once and twice and goes down. First guy to get him was Daniel Archibald.
It is a big third down for a lot of reasons right now. More so for your defense, who was just on the field for a long drive the series before. You need to get this to keep them off the field, and then time's ticking away right now. Under 7 minutes.
Third down 10. Jackson spins and underthrows. Dante Demas. He's been running all day long as Josh Jackson.
I think going forward for this offense right now, you need some more help. I mean, look at this. There's guys all over the place. I know you want to get your receivers out, and you want to get them free releases, and you want them to get speed on the defenders, but sometimes you need to chip a tight end, you need to chip it back. If a tight end gives a little bit of a flipper in route, and that gives your quarterback another second or two to throw the ball, that's a win for you offensively. So protection-wise right now, going forward for this team, they got to figure it out.
Colton Spangler the punt. Isaiah Wright a fair catch at the 20-yard line. 6.5 minutes left. Temple 20, number 21 Maryland 15. Great ball game here. Great second half in Philly. Temple looking for an upset of number 21 Maryland. Maryland had the wipeout win over then number 21 Syracuse last week. There was some mystery about Temple. Again, another new head coach. They played Bucknell in the opener 2 weeks ago. Couldn't tell much from that. They've answered a lot of questions here today. This is Jager Gardner, and holding on to the football is important. Still 6.5 minutes left. Temple's going to have to move the sticks if they want to run the clock.
And they're going to have to throw the football. If Maryland's going to keep coming out in that bear defense with a heavy nose guard, 2-3 techniques and 2-5 techniques, and allow those linebackers to roam to stop the run, you're going to have to pass the ball. You will get one-on-one opportunities on the outside.
That's Rod Carey you just saw in his first year. He was terrific at Northern Illinois. Took him to 4 bowls, won 2 MAC titles. He took over after Manny Diaz had the job for 18 days and bolted for Miami, taking over for Jeff Collins, who went to Georgia Tech. Davis, this will bring up 3rd down. Of course, Matt Rule really got it going here in Philadelphia. A couple of 10-4 seasons and 7-1s and first place finishes in the American. Jeff Collins came in, a couple of really nice years. And here's Carey. This would be an enormous win over a ranked opponent. 3rd down 5. Russo's throw behind his receiver. Wright couldn't hold it. Incomplete. And Maryland's going to get the football back.
Open receiver, found his guy he wanted to. Just got to put it out in front. Sometimes those are the hardest ones. You just have to trust it. Pick a spot near the sideline and just let it rip. That's a big stop for this Maryland defense. Get a good, decent return right here. You should have the ball about the 40-yard line. Plenty of clock to go with 3 timeouts.
Barry's punt, little wiggle to it, fielded and immediately hit, but bouncing off is DJ Turner, getting to the sideline. Turner to midfield, and he's got some blockers. Turner to the 30, Turner to the 20, another block. He's 5 and down to the 4. Huge return. DJ Turner and Maryland on the doorstep.
I said earlier, it's been great tackling from both teams, but he had 4 or 5 opportunities right there to take Turner down, not wrapping up. And then great job by everyone on the return team, continuing to play, continuing to block downfield, and almost gets it in. The way the offense is not executed as well so far today in the red zone. I'm sure the coaching staff was hoping he'd get in, make their job a little bit easier.
That's a 55-yard punt return. Anthony McFarland in the backfield with Jackson. Great opportunity for Maryland. McFarland swallowed up. Keep in mind that early in the game, Temple had a goal line stand, and they stopped Maryland on 4th and inches just outside the end zone.
Jackson's going to have to get this done. The way he is, he's going to have to throw the football right here in these next couple plays, and most likely 4-down territory right here if this team's going to want to win this football game. Find Mabry, big tight end. Find his matchup. Who's he against? Is he against a linebacker or safety? Then I like that matchup.
3 receiver set. McFarland in the backfield. McFarland again, straight ahead, has a seam, and he gets close. Inside the 2. Sean Bradley made the stop. It's 3rd and goal. 4 minutes left. Maryland down by 5. And quickly to the line of scrimmage. McFarland again, hit, dropped, short. And here we are again, Aaron Murray, just like that first half. 4th and goal from inside the 1.
I'm selling out. If I'm Temple, I'm going to do the same thing that they keep doing right now. Heavy box. Don't let McFarland win this football game.
Timeout for injured player.
Anthony DeSerbo is in as a fullback in front of McFarland. 4th and inches. Oh, he's hit! They stopped him again! Bradley! My goodness! Temple's defense is a beast today. Unbelievable. Big stop. Temple again, and they still lead it. If you're going to score against Temple, you're going to have to block that man, Sean Bradley. Twice now, Temple in the first quarter and in the fourth quarter on 4th and inches have had stops.
Well, they've done a great job selling out. They know Maryland wants to run the football. This was in the first half. Great job by Russell. And then the second one right here, Bradley comes. He's right here in the middle and just gets skinny. He knows it's coming. He slips through the guard and tackle, and there's nothing McFarland can do. He gets hit 4 yards back in the backfield. That's a leader right there. You see that number? Number 5. Linebackers, number 3, number 5, number 4. Those are leaders. Those are guys who say, hey, listen, it's 4th down and 1. I'm going to go out there and make a play for my teammates. They've done it all night long. This linebacking crew for Temple is special.
The tradition at Temple, single digits go to the best of the best, the toughest of the tough. And there's no coincidence that all 3 linebackers wear single digits. Now Maryland with a big hit. Brett Kolka smothers Ramon Davis. And with 3:20 left, Maryland's got all their timeouts, so they can use one here.
Timeout, Maryland.
And they do.
First. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
All right, another close call here for Temple, just getting it out to the 4. Thank you, John. It's a good one on that.
Charge timeout.
And
Maryland.
another timeout.
Their second. It'll be a 30-second
20 to
timeout.
15 Temple. Maryland has burned 2 timeouts. They have 1 left. Russo in his end zone. Throws it short, and that's as good as a timeout for Maryland. An incompletion there. Flag is down, and it's right at the line of scrimmage.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 18. Penalties declined. Brings up 4th down.
So that saves Maryland a timeout there. They didn't burn it. 3:15 left. And remember, the last time DJ Turner touched the football, he went 55 yards. Didn't quite get to the house. He got down inside the 5, and that's where the Temple defense stopped.
And this is not going to be a long punt right here. The punter's going to have to catch it, get it off his foot really quick based on where they are on the field right now.
And remember from the first half, Cole Lurch, the long snapper, bounced one through the end zone for a safety. Barry, good snap. Not a good kick. And Maryland is right back in business. Oh, man.
Special teams for Temple. That's something they got to work on this week in practice. Made way too many miscues, missed field goals, bad snaps, kicking ball out of bounds on the kickoff to start this football game, and then that punt right there.
That's a 7-yard punt.
That'll cost you football games.
How much can you ask of a defense? How many times?
I guarantee you, though, that defense is saying, we can do this. Like, keep putting it on our backs. These linebackers, we talk about the single-digit linebackers. They said, bring it on, baby. We got this. Come on.
What do you change if you're Maryland's offense?
You got to throw the football. You have to. Find Mabry. Find the one-on-one matchup. They're not going to let you score running the football. They're going to continue to load the box.
First and goal from the 10. Jackson to throw. Jackson to the end zone. Incomplete. Okonkwo was open, and he overthrew him.
Oh, he had him. He had him, little post and corner. And he had a wide open tight end in the end zone. Just got to put a little bit of touch on it, let him run underneath it.
Second and goal from the 10. McFarland stopped. They threw it once. They run it. Benny Walls made the stop. Third and goal. Third down's been a problem. 5 of 20. But obviously, 4-down territory here.
Red zone's been an issue, too, for this team. Only 1 touchdown in the red zone.
Shotgun for Jackson.
Temple's going to double Mabry on the backside. Got to look for a receiver here.
There's flags down. Movement procedure. So it'll be 3rd and goal from a
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
3rd and goal from about the 12 now.
So you're going to have 2 defenders, 1, 2, on your tight end right here. So you got to work one of these receivers one-on-one.
Jackson, time, end zone, incomplete. And no flags. Demas, the intended receiver. Isaiah Graham Mobley, a linebacker, on the coverage. And it's down to 4th down and goal from the 12.
We talked about the defensive line for Temple. This is their time once again to shine. This is going to have to be a 3-step drop with a hitch or 2 in the pocket for Jackson. So those 4 guys up front are ready to tee off to put some pressure on him. This offensive line needs to stand up. Give him about 4 or 5 seconds to find a guy in the end zone. And for Jackson, at least make sure you give your receiver an opportunity here. Might get lucky with a PI.
Jackson. Rush comes. Throws for the end zone. Caught! Out of bounds! Incomplete! And Temple has held again!
Oh, he had the opportunity one-on-one right there. Catch, and the right foot is out of bounds. I think this defense loves it. They don't care. They have our punter punt the ball 8 yards out of bounds. We don't care. Put us in the red zone. They have dominated inside the 20 this entire football game.
Now Temple will try to hold on to the ball. Russo to a knee. No way to stop the clock for Maryland.
This is the 4th down stops right here. This was in the beginning of the football game. Next one, just a couple possessions ago. Great job by Bradley. And then 4th down, game on the line. Catch, but no good. Right foot out of bounds.
That was a nice throw by Jackson.
It was a good throw.
See the play clock running down. 2nd down. And Russo to a knee. I mean, math would tell you that there might be some time in the single digits left. So
right here, Temple just needs to let this run out, call a timeout.
And if you're Russo, you don't necessarily want to keep backing up, do you?
No.
I mean,
Well, Russo snapped the ball right there with about 4 seconds to go on the play clock. Wasted about 3 seconds, which is valuable. I would just call a timeout here. Don't let it go all the way down. There's no rush. You got 2 timeouts.
Right on the goal line.
Get out, get out, get out.
And he's down right at the 1. And let's see where the reset is. It's at 40 and 40. Oh, my goodness. This should
great delay drop right there. Yeah, that's going to do it, boys and girls.
Rod Carey's not celebrating yet. He put 1 finger up. Mike Locksley's not happy with the reset. He wants 2 seconds.
It's about a half a second difference right now.
This is high anxiety here. All right, now on 4th down, I think there is going to be some time. Temple 2 seconds away from a huge win here in Philly. There's the snap, the clock rolls, and he's out of bounds, and the clock expires. And Temple has done it.
That is the end of the game.
It is a safety, but right now, Rod Carey could care less. 20-17 is the final. Temple takes down number 21 Maryland. For Aaron Murray, John Striffen, our entire CBS crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This is a presentation of CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. On to Annapolis. For ECU at Navy, John Sadak, Randy Cross, take it away.